Lentini. For those of you who don't know me, I have juvenile systemic arthritis. We started this nonprofit because growing up with this disease, I realized that a lot of kids have chronic illnesses and there's not a lot of support out there for kids with chronic illnesses, and we wanted to kind of make a foundation for, you know, these diseases that don't have foundations out there. So the first thing that we did was create a coping kit, because growing up with chronic illnesses, my mom, she grew up in the social emotional field, and she had a lot of techniques that she used for kids with
disabilities, chronic illness.
Well, not necessarily chronic illness,
yeah, but not many. Multiple disability.
And autism and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she used them on me with my chronic illnesses, and we realized that it crossed over into the chronic illness field very well, and we started using them in my life, and I started sharing them with friends and realized that, yeah, this actually works, and we wanted to share that with other people. So we decided to create this kit, and we wanted to help get it out there to other families, and that's what we started to do.
One thing just to add is Parker has multiple illnesses besides systemic JA. He has hypogam and a few other things. Some of it is because of the systemic, but he has vasculitis, and it just felt like we were trying to connect with multiple organizations, and it was interesting to me that as we did that, we saw a lot of kids with rare disease and kids that had multiple issues, either immunology or autoimmune. So we wanted to create something that went beyond just the diagnoses. And we were seeing a lot of kits out there for kids with cancer, but not much for other kids who we shared the infusion room with. So that's kind of why this was created.
So basically what this kit comes with, every kit is going to come with a purple puff, which is the mascot of our foundation. The story behind him is pretty funny, actually. When I was growing up, I had to take a lot of steroids, as a lot of kids do who have chronic illnesses. And you gain a lot of weight when you're taking steroids, as most of you probably know. And, you know, when you gain weight, a lot of kids make fun of you, and it's unfortunate, but when I gained weight, I chose to try to make a joke out of it, try to laugh, and I said that I was not fat, I was puffy, and that kind of became my motto, my mantra. And when I created my walk team for my arthritis walk, we were Parker's Purple Playas, kind of where our foundation name actually came from. And when we created a mascot for our walk team, it actually was the Purple Puff, and his little speech bubble on our shirt said, "I'm not fat, I'm puffy." And when we had the walk, everybody said you could see the sea of purple because we had so many people in purple shirts. But yeah, so he is our Purple Puff. Some people call him Puffy, but yeah, he is. He's not fat, he's puffy, and he's our little guy. And every kit is going to come with him. And he is very special because he also has this little pouch on him where he can hold patches. And these patches are kind of like Boy Scout or Girl Scout patches. Every puff will come with one patch off the bat that says "I am brave." You can store your most recent patch in the pouch, and then as you get more patches, you can collect them, because you'll also have a folder. You can store them in the pocket sleeves of the folder, or they are iron-on patches, so you can iron them onto things. But you will earn the different patches for doing different things, like getting shots, getting x-rays, getting blood drawn, different things like that. And they'll be handed out by whoever will designate them.
Probably Child Life would make the most sense, because these are really intended for kids who are having a hard time coping. But there's a few little social emotional ones too, so probably promoting I made a friend, I helped someone today. So we're trying to also, if siblings wanted to be involved, could also be involved. So.
Yeah. And then this kit is going to come with a cape as well. So the one with the purple bag will come with a cape, so you can iron on the patches to the cape. So that's something that we also did. And the cape is purple, of course.
And Velcro.
And it's Velcro, so it is tear away, so to prevent choking, very important. One of the big things in every kit, this is something that's going to be different in each kit though, is a feeling wheel. This was a big thing in each kit. It is to help kids regulate their feelings and show how they're feeling. But it's gonna be different in each kit because depending on your age, you know, you're gonna be able to show how you're feeling in different ways. So this kit, the purple bag, is what age?
Young child.
It's young child, but what
3
age?
to 8.
Age 3 to 8. So you get the feeling wheel that has the brad and spins. So of course it's basically just you move it to how you're feeling. So you say, I'm feeling relaxed right now, and that's how you're feeling. And then moving on.
In the folder. Let's show, you want to
I
show
was just
these
gonna show the
first?
different
Sure.
feeling wheels. So moving on to the older age, this would be school aged, moving up onto the black bag. This age group has the stop and go feeling wheel. This is my favorite feeling wheel personally. It has, you would hang it on a door, and it has stop on one side and go on the other side. So you could say like, hey, stop, don't come in my room right now, I'm feeling embarrassed. Or you could hang it on the other side and say, go, come in my room right now, I am feeling embarrassed, but I do want to talk about it. So that goes to the older kids to show how they're feeling. And it just shows them, hey, I need to talk about it, but maybe I don't know how to communicate it, and it helps them communicate that without necessarily talking. And then in the baby toddler kit, their feeling wheel, we can't put a brad because of choking and stuff like that. So theirs is a point feeling wheel, and you would point or they would point and they would have to nod. And then as they get older, it adds more emotions. So it goes from happy and sad to happy, sad, tired and mad. So, and these have all been tested in
Early childhood.
Yeah.
So we've had a lot of research around the feeling wheel, and then stuff that's in the folder that goes with the storybook are additional visual cues, and we're going to continue to add visual cues. So all those are reproducible for free online if folks want to add additional printables. The instructional guide has everything pictured in it, and it explains kind of how to use it. And then all the patches are on the back of it. And then the storybook goes with all of the pieces, and then the visual cues that he's about to explain.
So every kit will also come with this folder and what's inside. So we wrote a book. This is a book that me and my mother wrote when we were in the hospital one time, and then we actually revised it to add the purple puff to it. It's called When Purple Puff Gets Scared, Tugger Turtle Teaches Him How to Be Brave. And it's a short story about how when you're scared or going through a hard time, you can calm down, tuck in your shell, take 3 deep breaths, and just regulate your breathing and calm down and just, you know, take everything in and just relax and try to find a solution. And we had a local artist in Tampa and St. Pete. Was it Tampa or St. Pete?
St. Pete.
St. Pete. St. Pete, he illustrated it for us. He's a friend of ours. And it has a technique that
There's a lot of research behind the turtle technique. So if you go and look up the turtle technique, or if you look up Tucker Turtle, you're going to get gobs and gobs and gobs of information. But it was originally developed for families in foster care to try to self-regulate the parents who might have been abusive in some way. And then it started to trickle into the school system. And so we've used it and done a lot of research around children with aggressive, challenging behavior, either with additional disabilities or just behavioral disorders. And it does help them. And if you think about how you're feeling when you're angry, your heart increases, your brain starts getting foggy, you can't think clearly, you might might do things you regret. But if you can get somebody to a state of calm, there's better processing in their brain, you can think clearer and you can make better decisions. So there's a lot of resources for early childhood and even school age kids around calming, problem solving, and then thinking of some solutions. And so we've taken that data and kind of translated it to the world of chronic illness, and so that we've paired the self-regulation techniques with choices for coping. And actually those have not been tested directly. However, I suspect if we started diving into some of the child life research, they've probably used many of these techniques. In fact, they have, because I've talked to them. But a lot of the techniques are from our advisory board, who are educators, early childhood professionals, people with arthritis, parents, and child life is on our advisory. So show them the page with the coping, because that pairs.
I was going to talk
Oh,
about
go
the
ahead.
technique.
Okay, go ahead.
So the turtle technique itself is basically when you're angry, frustrated, or going through a stressful situation, like getting a shot or infusion, what you do is you sit down, you tuck in your shell, and then we have a pinwheel and grape chapstick. So you would take the grape chapstick, you rub it on the pinwheel so it smells like grape, and you smell the flower and blow the pinwheel. And you take 3 deep breaths that way. So 1, 2, 3. So you take your 3 deep breaths, and then when you're done, you can think of a solution. And on here, after you think of a solution, we have different ways that you can make it better. So different coping techniques. So you can like read a book, listen to music, watch TV, hug a friend. So different things that you
Distraction
can do.
techniques.
Different distraction techniques. So, and then we also, because we know not everybody is going to carry a book with them at all times, we created little wallet cards for people to carry in the infusion room, in their wallet or in their purse. So this one is the problem solving and solutions on them. So it says, it has like what's the problem, think of a solution, and then on the other side it has the solutions. What can they do? Get an adult, play together, say
These are more
please
for
stop,
siblings.
stuff like that. And then on this one, it's the actual Tucker Turtle technique and stuff. So this one has all the coping techniques and stuff on this side, and then on this side it actually has the entire turtle technique. So the tuck in your shell, take 3 deep breaths, and think of a solution. So.
And then the only other difference between the kids is the black kit does not have the
Does not
cape,
have a cape.
because we are finding that the school age kids didn't really want a cape.
So we gave them a purple fidget spinner.
Okay.
So they get a cool fidget spinner. So.
And then they all come with a little heart.
Yes, and then they all come with a heart, hot and warm pack. So if they're getting a shot, they can make it cold to numb it, or if their joints or whatever hurt, they can warm it up and do whatever they need with that. And it is the same heart from our logo. So yeah, and it has a little Band-Aid with the Purple Playas Foundation on it. So.
And it comes with a Band-Aid.
Oh yeah, we have the we do have Band-Aids for when you get your shots or infusions that you can put over, and it has the Purple Playas Foundation all over it.
It has a little heart all over it.
Nice.
So that is the kit in a whole. Do you have any questions?